Did you see this VD story? I don't know what's gotten into Kyle Foster. He's run a fine family newspaper for years, and now, what's he want to print something like this for? About people like that. Besides, Kyle knows as well as I do that this VD thing is licked.
VD is for everybody, not just for the few. Anyone can...
That is right. It's Valentine's Day, and this is your reminder to go to the store, buy flowers, a card. What's wrong with you? Why haven't you done it yet? I need to go to the store a little bit later. Anyway, so I had a question, and I put my elbows on the table, and it's shaking the camera. We're all about quality here at the Brian Shearer YouTube channel. So I had a question about if I do the things that I talk about in these vlogs, all these little tips and stuff. The short answer is yes. That's where I kind of get my ideas. I try to think about what's working, and talking about it helps me refine things. But I started thinking about it a little more, and that's one of the reasons why I don't give Instagram tips. I think I've talked about Instagram once or twice, and I figured out some things I'm doing wrong, but I haven't figured out what works. So I have friends that have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, tens of thousands. I've been on there for years and years, 6, I don't know, early on. I posted like 4,000, 5,000 images. I've never broken 2,000 followers. So I am clearly doing something completely wrong. I just don't know what it is. I used hashtags. Some people, I stopped using them for a while, but hashtags did help, but I've never been able to hit that tipping point where people will start, I'm just, I'm doing something wrong. I've got to figure it out. As a result, I've kind of put more energy into YouTube and Twitter than anything else as far as social media goes. Instagram, maybe I'll figure it out. I don't know. So I don't give a lot of Instagram tips because I'm still trying to figure that out. When I figure out what I'm doing wrong, there will be a video. But one of the things that I wanted to point out, though, whenever you find like a tip or something, anybody that's had any amount of success on social media, especially as far as comic book art, whatever they're trying to promote, is that these things, it's not like you're going to do them, put these into practice, and a month later you're going to explode. Everything takes momentum. So a lot of these things, you get to a certain point, like things I do on YouTube, things I do on Twitter and stuff, it's taken me a while to get there. You've got to kind of progress and stick with it. So there's definitely this element of time to try to get momentum going. So for example, I remember it took, I think, 3 months of doing vlogs when I started this a couple years ago to break 100 subscribers. Once I broke those 100, I was up to I got the next 100 in a month. And then once I hit 1,000, I don't know if it's psychology, if there's an algorithm, I don't know. People want to follow something that has a lot of followers. I think they're more inclined. So if you go to a Twitter thing and somebody's, has 3 followers, you're probably less inclined to follow them, because I think even subconsciously we think there must be a reason why this person has no followers. Are they even a real person? Are they a bot? So starting anything takes time. So think of tips anywhere you get tips and stuff. You have to think of them as kind of the habits that eventually lead to success in whatever area, whether it's promotion or whatnot. I know for just career-wise, posting art, and some of it had to do with me trying to get better and having to get better. So I've been online forever, right? Posting stuff. But some of it also is just keep showing up, get people familiar with your brand, your name, however it is you're representing yourself, and get them to associate that with certain things. So I guess temper your expectations. Any of the tips that I talk about here that have worked for me, and especially if other people say the same thing, know that if you're just starting out or you're at certain early parts of promotion in your career, that these are things that you should keep up with and don't get discouraged, and tweak for yourself and for what you're doing. But that's kind of the caveat for the tips. because we have a tendency to get addicted to inspiration and addicted to tips, and then we put it into practice for a few weeks and we don't see much traction. So you've got to keep developing, getting better, and figure out what the best practices are. I guess that's the buzzword. That sounds very corporate. The best practices for what helps promote. It's definitely like pushing a boulder, and when you first start pushing, it takes a lot of effort, but you got to get that momentum going. So that is my little tip for this Valentine's Day. I have got a lot of work to do. I've got to get off YouTube and back to getting stuff done. So thanks for watching. Subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed. Someone did tell me recently that somehow they got unsubscribed and they didn't do it. Hit the bell so you're notified. Tonight, I'm pretty sure it's tonight, Paranormals will be on Elliot's channel, Jerkmonger. It's probably going to be about 10 o'clock. We didn't realize that it was Valentine's Day because we're just a couple of dudes. Just a couple of dudes. We don't know. So I think we're going to push it back to 10. That's the plan right now. Just pay attention to social media and stuff, and me and Elliot's. Elliot is Jerkmonger on Twitter. I am Brian_Shearer. And hop on board. We have fun. It's a fun show. So I will catch y'all tomorrow.